was really exciting to see that he was here, but I noticed something was really different. He had a really big smile on his face. And I said, so what's going on? And he goes, well, we closed a deal, and I did this, and I did this, and I made money, and we did this. And I was like, oh my God, so tell me about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. Would you guys like to hear what this man has done? Because it's pretty powerful. Awesome. So will you speak loud enough so everybody can hear you?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Travis Denny. It's actually only my second time here, but I was pretty impressed. I need to be here more often.
Thank you.
So I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I've been out here for about 5 years. By day, I'm a consultant at Boomtown Hamilton. I'm a networking cloud engineer. And like everybody else, just, trying to prepare for, get that head start.
You're one of those ITEIEIEIO guys.
Yeah, I
Got
do
it.
computers. I tell my
Another
mom,
one.
I just do computers, Mom. Just say computers.
Gotcha.
So I'm a student of the real estate business. I'm always learning. I really started probably midsummer 2016. With that being said, I built a team around me of people who are pretty smart. That's always, a good thing to do. Surround yourself with like-minded and brilliant people and be willing to learn from them. So I did, and one of my team members acquired a property in Randall Height in Southeast DC, and we got that for $127,000.
So $127,000.
Yes.
What was it when you got it? 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom?
It was three bedroom, 2-bedroom.
Okay, and what did you rehab it into?
4 bedrooms, 2-bedroom.
Any garages?
No.
Anything like that?
No.
Okay. Randallstown, Southeast, is that a revitalized area? Is it not quite up and coming yet?
Not quite up and coming, but opportunity. DC in general, we've seen that it's just hot. It just is a hot place.
So $127,000 in DC.
Yes.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
So what was your rehab budget? Because this is what's tripping me out is what he shared with me. What was your rehab budget?
Here's where that was a bit gray at first. The owner was there still, right? As a foreclosure, they're still in there. We tried to work with the auction platform, we tried to work with the bank. We didn't really get much information, so our team put together some strategies to incentivize the person.
Cash for keys.
We're not gonna save you out of this situation, which is something we want to be clear about. We're not saving you from foreclosure, but if you allow us the opportunity to come in, take a look at it, and if you leave it in good condition, when we see it, we'll give you X amount of dollars.
How much did you offer to give them cash for keys?
Well, our team looked at it this way. We figured if they don't leave, right, and they prolong this legal process, and we have to go through the courts, we're looking at maybe another 3 months on top of our project. So we said, I honestly can't remember the numbers, but we said we took about half of what that 3 months of carrying costs for our loan would be, and then said, okay, we would have to pay that full amount. Let's give them half and see how they go.
And I can share with you cash for keys. We're not talking about $200. We're not talking about $500. We're talking about thousands.
Yeah.
Okay. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 25,000. I've heard of cash for keys to get someone out of a property in DC. Okay. So you have to be prepared for this. So smart move. You guys added up holding costs, and instead of being stubborn and saying, I'm not giving somebody $5,000, you said, wait a minute, it could take that long. Let's give it to them up front, and let's get in the door.
Correct.
So that worked.
So that did not work.
Oh.
But
Of
You
course.
gave them the money and they did more.
we tried to make contact several times, and they didn't really seem very receptive to it. And it became a while. I told the team, like, hey, look, let's make sure we're not harassing. Because at the same time, people are going through foreclosure. We want to be very respectable, right? So say if they're not necessarily pushing back, they're just not being receptive. So we said, okay, let's lay off of them, and then let's prepare ourselves to go through the long run. So, very fortunate, and very blessed that on the last day we were coming to make this offer to them, when after we secured our funding and everything, we said, hey, we came up, and the owner said, oh, yes, I received a letter saying that we have to be out of here by October 14th, and we're already packing up. We were like, amazing. It just
Wow.
worked out, right? But we were preparing ourselves for the worst case,
Yep.
but it just worked out. We still, in good favor, gave them about, I think it was $1,000 for cash for keys to say, hey,
So you guys made out beautifully.
right.
So you bought the property for 127.
So we had to estimate that, so we said these houses were built in, I believe, 2005, and there was like a moratorium on them for 10 years where they were for only people for distressed incomes or
Were they
low incomes.
were they MPDUs? Moderately priced dwelling unit?
I think they were. So
Everybody know what a moderately priced dwelling unit is?
No.
It's called an may I interrupt for a moment?
Right
It's
on.
called an MPDU. And what that means is when a developer, a builder, Ryan Homes, anybody comes in and they're building a single family home complex, like what we were just talking about, that developer, depending on the state or the jurisdiction, is required to set aside either 10 or 20% of their homes at builder grade, base model, for low income owners that are set up into a lottery, and they're drawn on a lottery, and if they meet the qualifications, which are not very stringent, then they can purchase the home. But if the homes are selling for $200,000, they may be buying the home for, let's say, $50,000. But they're locked in for 10 years. If they try to sell that home before the 10 years is up, they get no equity. After the 10 years or whatever, I think it's 10 years. After the 10 years is up, if they sell, they're vetted, not vetted, vested, and at that point, they're eligible to sell the home and take 100% of the equity, okay? So they're guaranteeing home ownership for 10 years. So they were not through their 10-year period.
They
Oh,
were.
they were?
They were, which was allow us to kind of come in
Ah.
after we rehab to put it out in the market for whatever price that we use.
Got it. So is this a row home or a single family home?
It's single family.
Single
It was
family.
semi-detached.
Semi-detached,
Yes.
and you got it for 127,000. You're taking it to a 4-bedroom. What was your renovation budget?
We figured 2005 it was built. You know, we've seen houses, looking around for projects, and houses built in 1960 and earlier. So we figured, hey, it can't be that bad. We're gonna estimate about 40,000, right?
Now, did you just pick that out of the air?
Well, one of my team members who does projects, right? Based on his conversations, he could peek inside, look around. He didn't really see anything that threw him off. He walked around
He
outside.
picked it out of the air.
He
Okay.
picked it out of the air. Something we felt somewhat comfortable with.
Okay.
And that was our budget, right? Luckily, we came in under budget at about 31,000. And
Oh, you don't know how lucky.
I know it was a lot of luck. A lot
Give
of
me another
things
fist on that one.
went-
Oh
went-
my
went
God.
Went in our favor.
31,000.
Yes.
Wow. Granted, I mean, you guys did a nice
We
high-end
did a-
renovation.
we did a nice
So this
thing.
was October. This is now November. You're
Yes.
starting to go into the winter.
Right.
How long was your rehab time frame?
35 to 60 days.
35 to 60 days. Term. Nice, right?
Pretty-
Very doable.
pretty quick.
And-
We even opened up in the basement. There was a window. Our contractor said, you know what, to make this a little bit different than the other ones, we'll cut a door out in the window for the basement and make it walk out to the back, to the backyard. So that's something that the house.
I would call that a wow factor, right? So as an investor, what is the one thing in your rehabs, in your projects, that is going to set you apart from all of the other investors? We call it a wow factor. Some people do gorgeous tiles in their bathrooms, kitchens, lighting. That would be a wow factor, right? It's different than everybody else. So you put it on the market when?
December 4th,
For how much?
355.
You gotta get, was it $355,999?
Put it at 355.
Okay.
355.
$355,000, $31,000 rehab, $127,000 acquisition. I'm looking at a pretty significant profit.
Pretty significant.
Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Everybody else agree that's pretty significant? And when did it sell?
January. I'm probably the worst investor for not having this date, but I believe it was
January
January
15th.
Jan 15th.
Hey, you made money. You're not the worst investor.
So you, from the day it went on the MLS, did you have a realtor, by the way?
Yes.
Did you stage the home?
Yes.
You did it the right way, man.
We're not playing
Because of that, you got the highest dollar value. It sold in how many days? It's called DOM, days on market.
Right.
How many days?
30? No, less than that. I'm sorry. It went on 4th. We sold on
10
the
days
8th.
maybe max.
10 days on the market.
I'm tripping. 10
In
days.
between the holidays, you guys.
What's the average DOM for that area?
It's very subjective. If they did a horrible rehab, it could still be sitting.
Well, no, I don't mean his average. I mean
It's
specifically,
very it's very subjective, Mike.
He was in a newer part of Randall Height. He was in a newer area. So it was very small, not much inventory.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I was giving you the total days of when we put it on, so we actually sold. Days on market was about 8 to 10 days. And Charlie knows that because he helped us finance it.
And so then you went to closing, and you walked away with how much of a profit? After your holding costs, your closing costs, did you give anything back to the buyer as a first-time home buyer, or closing costs or anything like that?
We did not.
Okay.
We did not. Where our HUD was 160.
So on your HUD one, you only made $160,000.
That's it.
I am so sorry to hear that, Charlie. Guys, shame on you. You need to do better next time.
Or just do it again.
Yeah, I'll try better next time.
Wow. All right. Can I get real? Can I get really real with every one of you in this room right now?
Before you get real, I'm going to say my team, we classify that as a unicorn, and we caught it. But we don't expect that to happen every single time.
Excuse me. It will happen.
You better expect
Okay.
Every
better.
single time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Expect
to see
better.
them running around and you'll catch all of them. but-
Expectations, reality.
It happened because
Right.
that's who you are. No, I know so.
Thank you.
So I want to ask all of you in the room, please stand up. Everybody in the room, stand up. Except Travis.
He's standing tall.
So what is your story, your excuses, and your reasons for not being able to do real estate when someone who is in a chair and can't walk, and I know because I stand here with a paralyzed right leg, what separates you from doing what he has done? I hear excuses all the time that you can't find the deals, that you can't get the money. He can't even walk, and he just made $160,000. It's freaking amazing. You have no excuses, my friends. None of you. 2017 is about being optimistically obsessed. You can do this. You've got to get this negative stuff out of your head. You're amazing.
Okay, thank you.
It's what it takes, guys. No holds barred. Peel it off. There is nothing that's holding you guys back. Absolutely nothing. Yes, ma'am.
Can I tell you something? Yesterday, I went to a meetup, and I was on my way there, and I was listening to FM radio, Karen Hunter show. And he said, when you're scared, you need to have courage. And he said, really, the only time you need courage is when you're afraid. And that just struck me. And so the meetup that I went to was about, why haven't you done a deal? And today, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said, you know how they say you never tell anybody your dreams because they stomp them? And he was doing that. I mean, he was saying, you know, I love you and I want the best for you, be careful, and da-da-da. He was saying all this stuff, and then he said, my cousin is a real estate agent. I don't think she really makes any money. He said, she sent me a text the other day, and she asked me if I wanted to buy an apartment building on the street I used to live on when I was a kid. And I told her no. I said, baby, what's the address? What's your cousin's name and number? I'm driving right now, but will you send that information to me?
Did you get it?
I did. I
Is
called
it
her.
for sale?
The building was sold, but she told me about another deal. So.
And that's the courage. That you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Are you willing to do what others aren't willing to do? Stop saying, I can't find deals. I can't find the money. This real estate stuff doesn't work. This won't happen. I have bad credit. Blah, 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 blah. Sob story, sob story, sob story. How bad do you want it? How hungry are you? Right, Travis? Not only did he do it and he can't walk and he's in a wheelchair, he's a full-time employee. So seriously, really, what is your excuse? Oh, well, I work full-time. Wow. How bad do you want it? All right, so are we ready to talk about